Hello! In this video, I'll be showing you some of the basics of how to use the internet. The first word I want to teach you is web browser. This is a tool we use to access the internet. Firefox is a web browser. Google Chrome is a popular web browser. Microsoft Edge is another web browser. I'm going to choose Google Chrome. To open, double-click. At the top, you'll see the address bar. This is where you can type the URL. A URL is the exact web address. For example, this is the URL for the Palomar College website. I type the URL and press enter to go to this website. You can also use the address bar like a search bar. So if I don't know the URL, I can type what I'm looking for. I'm looking for Palomar College, and I press enter, and it does a Google search. And here it provides me the URL and a link to enter the website. The next words I want to teach you are hyperlink and link. A link is basically something that takes you to another web page. So if I click here, you'll see a hand icon. This indicates this is a link. I click here and this takes me to the faculty and staff resources. And here I have more links. The word link is just short for hyperlink. A lot of times in documents you'll see that they're red or blue and underlined. The next words I want to teach you are back and forward buttons. I click here to go back, and I click here to go forward to where I was before. You can also hold it down, so I click and hold it down, and that's my search history. I can click here to show the full history. So what are all the websites I visited today, back in August? It has a record of all the websites you have visited. The next word I want to teach you is reload or refresh. I click here to get the latest information. People make changes to websites, so you click here to get the latest information. Like let's say I go to weather.com and this web page has been open on your computer for 2 days and it's old information. I click here to refresh to find out the new information. Or sometimes I press this if your computer's frozen and it's not doing anything or taking too long. Press this to reload. The next word I want to teach you is tab. So I click the plus sign to open a new window. We call this a window. Click here to open a new window, and you click the X to close the tab. This is nice because maybe I want to do two things at the same time. Maybe I want the weather, and I also want Canvas open. And I want both open. I don't want to close one. And you can open as many as you want and close them. So it's nice. I can just click here and you can go back and forth. And again, as I mentioned before, this is a browser window. One thing you can do that's very useful is right click. So if I click here, it'll take me to my Palomar, and I lost Canvas. I have to go back. But maybe you want Canvas open and you also want to open my Palomar. So you put your mouse over here, you right click, and you can open the link in a new tab. So then I can have Canvas open and my Palomar in 2 tabs. So and you can also drag the tabs. You can drag them back and forth in whatever order you want. Another thing you can do is bookmark. So if you use Canvas frequently and you don't want to have to search for it every time, you can click here to bookmark. And I'll type Canvas so I remember it's Canvas, and then done. And now all I have to do is click here to go to Canvas. Another important word is access. So how do I access Canvas? Access means to be able to use, enter, or open. So to access Canvas, you need your Palomar email and a password. Some other important words are going online. This means connecting to the internet. So I click here if I want to be online or connect to the internet. Another important word is ISP. This stands for Internet Service Provider. An internet service provider is basically a company that provides internet. So for example, in San Diego you have AT&T, Spectrum, Cox. These are internet service providers. Another important word is resource. This means something useful, like the internet. The internet is a resource. 2 other important words I'd like you to learn are website and web page. For example, this is the Palomar College website, and in this website there are many pages. So if I click here, I go to one web page. This web page takes me this takes me to the web page about the food distribution, okay, for information about that. I click here and I go to another web page. Think of a website like a book and a web page like one page in a book. Okay. 2 other important words I want to teach you are internet versus World Wide Web, WWW. What's the difference? Basically, the difference is the internet is a global network of networks. So it's the infrastructure, it's the system. The web is a collection of information which is accessed on the internet. So the internet is the infrastructure while the web is a service on top of that. Think of the internet as a big bookstore, and the web is a collection of books on that store. Okay, so what I'd like you to do for homework is to practice using the internet. Go through each of these commands to get more comfortable using the internet and more familiar with these words related to the internet.